everyone. Today in this video I'm gonna explain to you how I do my pours, at least one of my pours. If you missed it, I have another video about how to mix paints. Please watch that first so you know how to mix the paints, and then you can watch this video and then how to do the pours. To do the pours you'll need mixed paints. You'll need a burner to pop the silicone bubbles, and I use silicone spray. You'll also need a flip cup where you pour the paints in. That will be the cup we flip in this video. I start with spraying the cup with silicone spray. Be careful with it, don't spray it on the canvas, or just don't spray it anywhere near, because you don't want silicone on the canvas where you're gonna pour the paint on. Then you're gonna decide in which order you're gonna pour the colors in the flip cup. You see me doing that in this video. I basically know which colors I want next to each other. I go from left to right, top to bottom. These are the 7 colors I'm gonna use in this pour. Mostly the first color you pour in are the colors that come on top. I pour the colors down the side of the flip cup, because when you pour them from up high, this is a bigger cup, the colors will go through each other instead of laying on top of each other. It depends how you like it. I like it better this way. But for example with purple now, I'm gonna pour that through it because I want purple to mix with the other colors. I do this with the deep turquoise as well. I pour it through all the colors so it mixes a bit. And then I have some little leftovers that I pour on top. And then I have my flip cup. Now it's time to get your burner out. And then I'll pick up my canvas. This is another pour I didn't like. There were too many cells on it and I don't like that. So I'm gonna reuse it. I cleaned it. And there's no silicone on it anymore. You don't want silicone on there because you already have silicone in the paint, and then you get more silicone or more cells than you want it to. Just let it sit there for a bit, wait for the paint to drop down. The silicone spray will help with that. I use this push pin to poke a hole in the back of the cup. This will make it easier for the paint to flow out. This is where I start dragging the cup to the right. You see that some colors go to the bottom and some on top. That's why I show you when I go to the left, other colors come up. So other colors go to the bottom and the other colors go on top. What I don't like is what happens there. I don't like to take the cup off because you get that weird circle of yellow there. In this close-up you can see that on the top there are cells, and on the bottom they are orange because the bubbles haven't popped yet. So that's when I get my burner and I just direct it on the bottom half, because I want the cells to pop up there, because I have enough cells on top. I don't like the cells too big in the beginning, because I like to stretch it a bit, so the cells will get bigger when I stretch the canvas. This is where I start stretching. I always go for the corners first. Mostly I go for the corner that I don't like that much first. I try to keep my hands around the corners so the paint doesn't fall off too much, because I want to keep as much paint on it until I'm finished with going to all 4 corners. The reason for that is I want to see first how the composition is. I want to see how the cells are, if it looks good, and then I'll either pour off what I don't like or stretch some cells out more. This is where I look and just see what I don't like. I don't like the bottom left because there's like a big yellow thing. That's because I pulled off the cup instead of dragging it a bit more. I took off my gloves as well, because sometimes it happens that you have a lot of paint on your gloves, and then when you try to stretch it again or go over the painting, you drop drops of paint from your gloves. And I don't mind getting my hands dirty anyway. Here I'm just looking for spots that I want more cells, or where I see a lot of bubbles, because the bubbles will pop eventually even when the painting dries. That's why you get the little dips in it anyway. Then I wanted to stretch the right corner, top corner, because the cells were a little small there. So I first go to the corner and then pour it back again so the cells get a bit bigger. I still keep an eye on the rest of the painting because I don't like cells that are misshapen or stretched too much. When I look at the painting now, I still don't like the yellow parts, so I'm gonna try to either pour that off, or first I try to use the burner to get my cells in there, but it won't pop. Don't leave the burner on too long or too close, because you will burn the paint, and that's not good at all. So I'm gonna try and stretch it down and to the left a bit. I'll keep an eye on the whole painting because I do like what I see. I just hope some of the yellow will pour off. I will wiggle the painting a bit around, go back and forth, see where the weight of the painting is. Most of the paint is in the middle right now because you see that move the most, and I want that to the left corner. But eventually I figured out it would overstretch most of the painting, so at some point the yellow part is still gonna be there. You see it stretching now. That's why I stretch it back. Guess I just have to live with the yellow part on this painting. Now I see that the top right corner is a bit overstretched, so I'll stretch that back later. First I'm gonna try to use the burn on the yellow part again. Now that I look at it, it looks a bit like coral, so maybe it does fit in the painting. This is the last stretch I'm gonna do, just to make sure the cells have a better form than they had before. I like the composition now of the painting, so I'll leave it at that. Thank you for watching the first pour I do. There will be a second video on the second pour I do, with a lot of mistakes in it too that beginners make, and me as well, of course. Every painting I make is available in my Etsy shop, and you can always get art prints or other objects with my prints on it. Just look in the description below. Please leave a like and subscribe. That is much appreciated. Thank you, and have a good day.